Hello and welcome to Qualys Pro Tips. In this video, I want to show you how to use Microsoft Power BI to connect to your Qualys account via API and pull vulnerability data. One challenge we have with Qualys API data is that it contains a bunch of nested tables, which can be confusing to work through. The Qualys blog pages don't give a lot of details around how to drill through the data, so let me see if I can help provide some clarity. Once you have Power BI open, go to the ribbon, click Data, and select From Web. In the new window, click on the Advanced option. And for the URL parts, I'm going to just put in the full Qualys API URL for my account, and make sure you're using the correct URL for your account. I'm also putting in the URL part that includes the host vulnerability data, which can be found in the API documentation. Next, we need two HTTP request headers. The first is authorization. You'll probably need to manually type in that word, as it won't be a default option in the dropdown. Then, in the data field, add in basic and the base64 formatted username and password for your Qualys account. If you don't know how to format your username and password to base64, then check out the video description for a link to a Qualys blog that goes over that information. Next, you'll add the X requested with header, and the data field can contain any word that you want to put. And then click OK. You'll get a pop-up with a response table. Check that, and then we're going to click on the Transform Data button. So what you see is the top-level table. The word table at the bottom of the column is the nested table. If you click the two outward-facing arrows at the top right of that column, you'll see the columns in the nested table. The date-time column is not needed here, so I'm going to uncheck that and click OK. Now it doesn't look like anything happened, but now we're in that nested table. We're going to click on the outward-facing arrows again to see the next nested table. The Use Original Column Name as Prefix option will append the parent table name to the new column name. I'm choosing not to do that here. Again, it doesn't look like much happened, but if you click on the outward-facing arrows again, you'll see that there's a lot more data available now. If you click OK, all that data will be broken out into their respective columns. For this video, you'll see that there is one row for each host. There are just a few in this lab environment that I'm showing you. Next, I'm going to scroll over to the detection list column. You'll see that they contain their own nested table. I'm going to click the outward-facing arrows on that column to break that data out further. And you can see it went from detection list to just detection. Let's click on those outward-facing arrows again, and you can see that there's all the vulnerability data. I hope this was helpful, and I will be adding more videos like this, so please stay tuned.